So to anyone who watched my rant on annoying moviegoers, first off, thank you very much, but you know that I tried to see Dead Man Down the other day. It didn't really work out because of horrible unforeseen circumstances. So later that day I decided to go to a different theater and see it again, and guess what? Everyone was quiet. It was amazing and just... it was beautiful. Dead Man Down is from the director of the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and stars Colin Farrell and Noomi Rapace, also in the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Now this movie is a movie that the trailers don't really tell you the things that are going on behind this movie. The trailers kind of give you a quick little idea of what's going on, but really there's a lot of other layers to this movie. And I'm not going to tell you much about the plot of this movie because that way if you do see the film you can experience it for yourself. Colin Farrell works for this sort of small-time mob run by Terrence Howard. Now these guys go around taking care of business. Noomi's character was in a very bad car accident a few years ago and her entire right side of her face had to be reconstructed in certain ways. She used to be a beautician, so this is really hard for her because beauty was a huge part of her life, and now she doesn't look as good as she used to. When she finds out that Colin Farrell is involved in this type of work, she tries to blackmail him. Now I probably just told you about 10% of the plot of this movie. There is a whole bunch of other things going on under the lines that I'm not going to mention because I want you to be able to experience this film because I really enjoyed it. Now I looked at some of the reviews for this movie and I'm honestly baffled by them because they got very mixed reviews and a lot of people said the movie was like overly serious and had a lot of convoluted plot twists. I don't really get it. Really well acted, especially by Colin Farrell. He was great in this movie, and Noomi Rapace was also really good. She has such a sexy voice, and she was great in this film too. They both really added a lot to their characters. The way this film was directed, it looks beautiful. The cityscapes at night, very Michael Mannish. A lot of time was taken with the direction. The characters sometimes sit back and think about things before they say it, and you can actually see them thinking about it. It's not like this quick-cut Hollywood thing that you're just given in a lot of movies nowadays. And I like that about Dead Man Down. I also like the chemistry between these two characters, how their relationship grew, and the places it took them. And I really liked the different story twists that this film took. I was not expecting a lot of them, and I found myself sitting there going, oh, a lot. And a lot of people I saw were complaining that they felt that the story twists were a little unrealistic and kind of preposterous, and that's perfectly fine if that's their opinion, but I just don't feel that way. As the movie was progressing, there were certain things that kept happening that I was like, what? What does that mean? I was thinking that was kind of poorly done. I don't really get what that meant. But as more answers were given to me, I was sitting in my seat thinking, oh, that thing that happened 20 minutes ago, that was the... oh... It was one of those movies like that where it had a lot of mystery to it, and as you continue to watch the movie, certain answers are thrown your way, and it made me enjoy the experience more as an audience member, not to have everything spoon-fed to me. And I found myself really engrossed in these characters' lives and the story. Terrence Howard was also really good in this movie too. This is one of the best performances I've seen from him in a long time. I thought all the actors were really good in this movie. F. Murray Abraham is also in the film, and he does a good job. A few of the complaints I do have with the movie is the musical score, for the most part, is really good. But then there are times in the movie where it's extremely overbearing and it feels like it actually encroaches upon the scene, and it's like the musical score is trying to tell you how to feel when it shouldn't really be that huge. It should be more subtle. Also, during the first like half hour of the film, it was very tonally inconsistent and I found it to be a little bit rocky. But then once the plot really kicked in to full drive, I found that the tone remained very consistent. But all in all, I really enjoyed Dead Man Down and I was surprised by this movie. I'm gonna give it a B+. So if you guys check it out, let me know what you thought of the movie below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.